Let's talk about AI and art because I have a few things to say about it. And I'm not sure if you're going to like what I have to say. Hi, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if it's your first time. My name is Cheryl, and today, as I finish up the pet portraits that I'm working on, I want to talk about AI art. It's a timely and a controversial subject right now, and I know not everyone agrees on all things AI. But let me start by saying what prompted this was a discussion that my family recently had about AI in the art world mainly, but it started with a discussion about my youngest daughter's vocal work. One of my family members suggested that certain art careers will become obsolete very soon. And my youngest daughter is a vocal producer. She uses her voice for commercial songs. So she has placements in all types of different commercials, TV shows, just different things. And she's also now delved into using just her speaking voice to do audiobooks, narration, and promotional videos, things like that. So this is her career path. This is what she's been dreaming of doing, and she's worked really hard to get there. But this family member cautioned her to keep her options open because artificial intelligence, in this person's opinion, would be taking over that industry very soon. So let's talk about that. Let's talk a little bit about that. First, though, you see me here putting the finishing touches on my pet portrait commissions. This is the second one. I'm not happy with the canvases that I chose. I should have known better, but I should have probably done a couple of sanded coats of gesso. But anyway, moving on. The weave is just too big in the canvas and deep, and it reflects the light too much with this gray dog painting. So the other one, I can get away with it because it's lighter colors, but this one, it's when you look up close, you just see so much of the canvas. So I'm not happy with it, but it's done. It'll be done after this video anyway. And I need to learn how to just be okay with it and move on. Anyway, lesson learned again. All right, so back to the subject. As you watch me go back and forth from light to dark, I'm building up the layers of this painting. I will give you my thoughts on the future of art and AI in the art world. And these are just my opinions. And when you see the struggles I'm having with rendering the mouth and the nose of this dog, keep in mind the personal time and energy that goes into an original piece of art, or an original piece of music, or playing a musical instrument, or perfecting your voice for singing or speaking, doing lectures. There's a lot of time and effort and energy that goes into that. And that has value. I remember when the digital drum kits and digital music programs started to become popular, probably like the late 70s, early 80s. At that time, it was suggested that rock was dead, rock and roll was no more, and it was a dying fad, and that synthesized music would be taking over. Well, here we are, 4 decades later, and rock is definitely still alive and well. While digital music has found its own niche and use, it didn't kill rock. it enhanced it in some cases. So it settled into its own place in the music world. And then when CGI, computer-generated imagery, began to filter into movies and video games, it was suggested that very soon live actors would be replaced by digitally created characters. Here we are decades later, and again, there actually is a place for both. I enjoy CGI movies. It's added a whole new dimension to live action movies, actually. And even a movie that is completely CGI is enjoyable. But it hasn't replaced actors. And robots are not going to replace stage actors anytime soon either. So that was another assumption that has been proven to not be the case. So my daughter's vocal work, it may possibly be challenged by AI in certain productions. There are companies and content creators who already just use AI, and even with writing, ChatGPT or what other AI writing platforms, they're already being used. But even as they improve, they're still missing a lot of the human qualities that some people really want. So even if one company has a no AI policy, another company might say, "Hey, yeah, we'll pay cheap for anyone who wants to write out these scripts and create, the AI vocals here." Yes, of course that's going to happen. It's going to create more jobs, but it's not going to replace the live vocal actors. I don't believe so. I think that the demand for organic work is still far outpacing AI. The authentic, human-generated art in all genre creates value. Much like the difference between the texture of an original oil painting and a print of that same piece, there is a difference in the price. A handmade piece of clothing has a higher value than the one created in a factory by machines, generally speaking. And while I understand that AI will improve in its ability to replicate the human voice and other aspects of us, there's still room for the live original. Like everything in our capitalistic system, profit matters. So of course, there will be companies that choose to streamline their production in order to increase profit. So if AI would be cheaper to hire than a human, then obviously they'd have a higher profit margin. However, remember that the value of one-of-a-kind or human hand-constructed item has its profit potential as well. When you think about it, you've got, a Rolls-Royce is a handmade vehicle, basically. That's why they're so expensive. You're getting somebody's artistic or artisan hand-done creation versus something that was slapped together with a bunch of robots in a factory. There's a place for both. This goes for fine art as well. With the introduction of AI in the form of robots who actually paint paintings, not just AI artwork, but robots actually painting paintings. I just saw that the other day. We might start to worry. But in reality, robot art is of value to a small market of those collectors with an interest in technology. Whereas original art by an actual human is preferred by the vast majority of collectors. The fact that an artist has put their energy and thought into a piece, not to mention the time and effort, is just one of the reasons a collector seeks out the original. So, as AI becomes more and more human-like, we'll see many changes and a lot of challenges to conventional ways of production. However, the demand for natural, organically produced items will increase. Not in spite of AI, but because of it. I believe people will want that human connection. I think we're reaching a point where technology is starting to separate us in ways that we didn't really expect or want. And I think we will long for that natural human connection in everything, even the products that we use and the food that we eat. That's already starting to happen. So what do you think? Let me know in the comments what your thoughts on this are. I'd really like to hear. And if you haven't already, would you please like and subscribe for me so that I can make sure that my videos get shared with lots more people. And if you know somebody who might be interested in this video or any of my other videos, please take the time to share. And just know that I appreciate you very much. So the remainder of this video, as you can see, is my struggle to make this beautiful gray dog come into being. I haven't, in the end you'll see where I added a little bit of atmosphere around him, atmosphere like a cloud or dreamy kind of stuff, and some bouquet in the back, bouquet spots. And it's, I'm not sure if what I added there, you'll see in the end, I'm not sure if what I added is good or not. It might be too distracting. So I'm just going to sit with this for just a bit because it's acrylic, so it dries fast. But I don't know if this was intended for a holiday gift or not. So I want to just sit with it and make sure that I'm happy with how it looks. Because I may want to change up the bottom of it, and you'll see in a minute what I mean. But this was quite a challenge. Painting a spotted dog. It's got a lot of tiny speckles, so it's like part of it looks like a granite stone. You know, it's got all these different colored gray and white and black speckles, and then a few big black spots. Trying to replicate that was tricky. And obviously, I'm not a photorealistic painter, so for me to go in and try to paint every single one of those spots and hairs as they really are, it's not right now part of my ability. So this is just a lot of loose brush strokes, just trying to capture the essence of who this dog is. And so I go back and forth using Payne's Gray, white, black, and mixtures of these, not pure. I think I did some highlights in the end with pure white, pure black, but most of it was just mixed. And then I added a little tiny bit of blue, tiny bit of this kind of maroon color that I mixed up, just to give it a little bit of depth and texture. But in the end, a lot of those other colors didn't show through. So I think I probably overdid the mixtures of grays and whites a little bit, which kind of neutralized it a bit too much. So there are things that I learned about doing this color of dog, this type of dog. And I really need to pay attention to that, because if I can master doing this properly, then it's really going to open up more opportunities for other types of animals colored similarly. So yeah, it was a good learning experience. And I really enjoyed it. And like I said in a previous video, when I was showing this the underpainting of this dog. This dog is no longer on the planet. He has moved to his next adventure. So it was important for me to try and capture the personality, whatever I could in that face. And then the other difficult, challenging thing about this one was all the foreshortening. And part of the reason that I decided to, because the picture, I cropped it down. The picture doesn't show the whole body. This is like a Great Dane. It's a huge dog, huge long legs. So the paws were coming straight at the camera when it was taken. And if I would have painted in the paws, then the head and the dog would have been too small. Would have just been all paws. But I really liked the angle and the way it was looking right at the camera. So I chose this particular photograph that of the ones that was sent to me and decided to just crop it down. But then I didn't like how the legs were just cut off. So I decided to add a little bit of atmosphere around the sides to kind of blend that in so that it didn't look like it was just cut off at the bottom. But again, I'm not real sure I'm happy with what I ended up doing. So let me know. You'll see the finished product in a minute, and you can let me know what you think. And yeah, let me know in the comments. So they're nearly finished. Few finishing touches, and I'm going to give you a quick look at the original photos I used and let you finish watching how this one turns out. I had a terrible time with that mouth. It's just saying. Anyway, thanks for watching, and enjoy the rest of the video, and have a wonderful rest of your day.